So many creatives are finding a home on Substack, but when it comes to joining a new platform, the basics can be confusing. Profiles, publications, usernames, subdomains, it's easy to get lost before you even write your first post. So I want to walk you through it all and explain how to get started on Substack simply. So one of the number one questions I get when it comes to Substack, both from people who have joined the mini course as well as other people who have seen my other YouTube video, is understanding the difference between their profile they've created and their publication. And so I thought I'd start by showing you mine. So this right here is your profile. You could think of this as like your author profile, and then the publication is one of the things that you write. You can see here the main things to know about your author profile, your profile here on Substack, is it will be you, it'll be your name, you'll have a picture. You'll see a list of all of the publications that you've created here on Substack. So you can have multiple. In my case, I have my main one, Tuning In, but I also do a podcast for our local merchant association here in town. And so you'll see both of those things that I write. Two separate publications are found here under my author profile. You can also link out to other websites, so you'll see my actual home website and then my YouTube channel are all here. The only other thing to really know about your profile page is this is how you will show up and interact on Notes. What you can see here is actually everything that I've interacted with on Notes. You can also go here to see what you're currently reading and be able to subscribe, unsubscribe, things like that. The other thing to know about your profile here is your @ symbol. So this is like your profile name. So you'll see I got mine as Megan Moran. Yours might be something different. And if you're getting confused and lost, this might be the first place to go look and see where are these names and different profiles coming from. So the next thing to look at here is your actual publication, the thing that you're writing, your newsletter. You can either click from it here, or for me personally, when I go to get onto Substack, all I do is start typing in, for me it's tuningin.substack.com is that website when I'm on my computer. I just click on that and it brings me to my homepage. And so this is where you can see the front end, what everybody else sees when they come to your publication. There's a lot here that I could show you and that I do in my mini course about designing this in a way that feels good to you, using tags, like you'll see I have intentional living, and then there's content under that. I have gentle content creation, there's content under that. So you can really customize this page within reason. They want to keep things simple here on Substack, and so they don't let you freely design, but there are a few things that you can tweak that will change what it looks like on web. It does not change what it looks like when you're in the app. So that's just a little something to know. This is what it looks like when you're looking at your profile and publication on the app. You'll see that it looks very similar in terms of the design of your profile. You can see all of your posts and activity that you've done in Notes. You can also see your reads, and then you can click to your publication from here. This is where things are different. Your posts are all just listed in order. You do have your About page, which you can see here, which is why it's so important to pay attention to this. And then you can also see your Notes activity from your publication. That's all you can see here though. And so design looks different depending on where your reader is. And that's why I'm going to get into a few of the key pieces to pay attention to when you're starting your Substack and how you can now see they show up differently and have different weight of importance depending on where your person is viewing your content from. But the next question that I often get is understanding where your publication lives. So again, you can see that right here on your, again, let's call this our author profile. This, you can find it through the subdomain here. And sometimes I get the question of, how do I change the name of it? How do I change the name of my publication, the subdomain? Because you're getting confused with your profile @ symbol and then your publication name. And so you can come down here to the danger zone. Now, I don't recommend this unless you're just getting started and you want to make sure that your URL appears. So mine is tuning in, but you might want yours to be something else, or maybe it didn't start off as the name of your publication and you want to make sure it is. And you can change that right here under Change Publication Subdomain. Now, if you do that, it's going to unlink anything that you've done before. So I really only recommend this if you haven't actually started posting, or if you don't mind that some links might become broken in the future. And so when you click this, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to change mine, but when you click this, you'll be able to change it from, in my case, tuning in to, maybe I would change it to Megan Moran if it's available. So that is the other place where a lot of confusion comes up, is I've created a profile and then I think I created a publication, but I can't find it anywhere. I'm not sure where to go for it. When you are on the computer, if you see your picture up here and you click on your name, that brings you to this profile. If you come here and you click here, you can head to your publications, or if you know what the URL is for your publication, in my case, it's tuning in. I've done it enough times, it auto-populates. I can come here and then get to my dashboard, which is going to be all the behind the scenes stuff. When you're in your dashboard, that's where you can go to do your posts. And so the first thing I recommend and that I talk about and share templates for as you're getting started is to really focus on your about page. It does not have to be crazy, but it is the nice first thing to put up, because if somebody goes to your profile and then into your publication, they're going to want to know, what is this thing all about? And so I recommend keeping this updated as much as you can and really just sharing what your publication is about, why they should consider joining, and if you have a paid tier as well, this is a great place to talk about that too. It's also great to be able to hyperlink to anything that you've created to give people a taste of what they can expect in terms of your reading and here in your newsletter publication. After you've done that, then you're going to want to create a post. And then you have some options here. You can choose a text post, a video post, and an audio post. I often do mine as audio posts because you can create a podcast feed when you're here on Substack. And by doing that, you're being able to be found in another place where SEO is a focus. So when I'm creating my posts, I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. I'm trying to be very smart about what I'm naming it so that my ideal people can find me, and then I'm naming stuff in a way that they're searching for what I'm creating. And so the reason why I also do it as an audio post is because then it can also live on the podcast feeds. I'm not focused on trying to make it a podcast. I've done that before, and that is not my focus here. It's a way to meet people where they're at. If one day they go to read my post and the next day they're doing dishes and they wish they could listen to it, I've made it accessible to everybody, and I'm also allowing myself to be found on another platform, especially because I've titled it smartly. And so that's always my choice. Even if you're just a writer, I recommend, if you feel comfortable and that feels good to you, to just record yourself reading it and upload that, or record right in the platform and then be able to have that sent to an RSS feed, which puts it in the podcast feeds. So if people are searching for your topic in the podcasting space, you might be able to come up there. And then to move forward, you would just click on audio post, whatever you choose. You're going to title it, which makes it the subject line of the email that is sent. You can add a subtitle, and you'll put all your writing in here. There's so many different ways to go through this and format it, and all of that is explained within my mini course. And you can choose when you go to post this to only post it to the web or have it emailed to your list. And so those are the things that you can start to think through. Maybe your first post that you do, you're going to want to not email it to anybody and have it up there living, so then you can direct people to it in the future. Maybe it's a start here type of post. I immediately uploaded my list right into Substack and sent the first one announcing and sharing about this new platform and what they can expect from me here. It all depends on what you're creating and what you're doing. But the basics for Substack are you have a profile and a publication. I recommend focusing on your about page. After you do your about page, it's just a matter of posting in a way that feels good to you. And in an ideal world, you have uploaded an email list, or thanks to Substack, you're starting to grow your email list. And every time you press publish, it does multiple things. It will post it on the web. It might post it as a podcast if you send it to the podcast feed. You can make a video and even have that sent to YouTube. You can do so many things when you click publish one time that used to take me so much time after I would do my actual creation. If you've been thinking about Substack and aren't sure if it's for you, I have a free guide you can click below. It's a PDF quiz that'll help you determine if Substack is the home that you've been looking for. If you've already gotten started on Substack and you're feeling a little stuck, then my mini course would be the perfect next step for you. I screen share and walk you through in the simplest way everything that you need to do with templates to help you get started fast and professionally and feel really good about what you're creating, and then let it all go so you can just do the act of creation. I hope that this has been helpful. You can check out my full Substack playlist to see any other tutorials that I have on the subject, and feel free to leave a comment below and let me know anything else you're interested in learning.